tomorrow it will be available at Jay's Bookshop. You will get your male package and your female package at Jay's Bookshop. The free up laxative. Everyone's supposed to clean out the colon. I mean, you know Christmas is coming, you know. And sometimes you have to call it Hogmas because everybody must have their ham and their blood pudding and everything. You know, the majority of people that have had bad heart disease and high blood pressure and diabetes die at Christmas time. Because that's the time they indulge. They call it overindulgence. I mean, we're celebrating the birth of Christ. You know, I never saw Christ eating any pork. You know, I never eat no pork. So you have to be careful because you have to understand at that specific moment, if it is that you have taken a step towards building up yourself. I've had patients whereby you're treating them and they're going good and Christmas comes and they have to go and eat the pork and that thing, and next thing you know, it's trouble. Because when you go on a binge on these types of foods, benching means that you take excessive at that time because, boy, that's the only time I do it for the end. When you binge, it's like you bench on alcohol. You just kill yourself. Your body temperature will get so high that you go into shock and you have a heart attack. Now, the reason why it is important that we understand about the drugs is because of love. Because in the United States, over 200,000 people die because of the consumption of prescription drugs. You could believe that. 200,000 people, at least 200,000 people. Don't take it from me, you could just click on the Vanity Fair and click on, there is that article on drugs, something drugs, and it's going to come up. So a recent article, a journalist that, I mean, the man is fairly reputable, and all these figures you could see, 200,000 people. You could imagine that the medicine that you are drinking, you could imagine that killing out the population of Dominica don't even have 100,000. That means that you kill over 2 times Dominica's population just because of a drug that you're taking. And yet still you're buying that, you're paying your money, and you go and drink that, just and the next thing you fall down. Why? Because we have become so irresponsible. People want quick fix. When I was the previous time I was speaking about the children. Right now the doctor came and she said it's on the news. Children have high cholesterol, children have diabetes, high blood pressure. 0 to 5-year-olds. That's a serious thing. So at our lecture on Wednesday at the Fort Young Hotel, what we'll do will be looking at the effects of these things, how these things literally affect us. How is it that we could take responsibility, how we could go on and deal with the issues. Sometimes people are afraid and they say, boy, Chris Kailash, I mean, I can't say nothing to my doctor. Our doctors, you have to love your patient. You know, we have to deal with our patient and teach them about the drugs. Tell them what the drugs are going to do, the side effects. Give them a better choice. At least if it is that we are going to be giving our baby, because anybody that comes in front of you as a patient, they could be your mother, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your palmer, your nene, anyone. So if you are going to give them advice, it would be only reasonable and just that you tell them, okay, I think you should take this one instead because this one is better. Or take that one instead because that one is better. Why is it that we are going in this dilemma? Because we don't care about ourselves. Look at the state of our children, whereby our children from 0 to 5, 40% obese and overweight. That means that if you have 100 children, that means 40 of them are overweight, obese. How do we feel about that as parents? Just paying the rent. Children from 0 to, I'm talking about from 0 to 5, you know. Before people used to get heart attack at 80, 70, 60. And this is something I was speaking about. And that's something I say, I am afraid that this is what that is coming into Dominica, coming to St. Lucia, Martinique, Guadeloupe, St. Vincent, St. Martin, Tortola, St. Croix. Everywhere we go within that Caribbean chain, we see the same thing. I was looking at the news again, even tonight, and there was this whole conference where the island epidemiologist was speaking about the whole aspect of disease and children and all these things. And I was looking at the crowd, the people sitting down in the lecture, and the majority of these people were obese, meaning they were overweight. What is it that we are doing to safeguard a future for our children? How is it that we are going to guarantee that our children could grow up to reach 14, 15, 16, 17 and they don't have a heart attack or they don't have a stroke? At least our parents used to give us a little laxative, give us a cement contour, give us a little, zeb chapanti, give us a little herb tea to actually cleanse us. In Dominica, we have, I think there is at least 20 people over the age, over 100, right? And I think there are at least 7 men in that category. A taxi man gave me that figure today. If I'm wrong, they'll take it back. But I know that. 20 people over 100. And what are we studying what these people are doing? What they did to make them live 100? And right now, you have 20 people over 100, and 7 of them are males. Yet still, the upcoming generation, the majority of them die at 45, 50, 60. Look at the death announcement. And tell me the age of everyone that you see dying. 45, 50, 60. Am I right? Yes. And now, what we are about to see, because of the figures we are seeing that children at such tender ages having high cholesterol, that means that these children's arteries, if they were that round and nice and smooth, that means that at that age, their arteries must be shrinking like this already with cholesterol. And what that means is that even at that age, these children are at risk of having a stroke or a heart attack. Any doctor will tell you why, because your ratio is calculated by whether your HDLs are high, that is your high density lipoproteins, and then you have that comes from only plant source. These are the good lipoproteins that break down the plaque in your arteries, like your flaxseed, your avocado, your coconut oil, your almonds, your cashews. All these things are good. They break down the cholesterol from your arteries. Now, when you look at your animal products, everything that you're going to be eating for this hummus, everybody's going to have some ham. I was speaking to a sister, she said, "Prisky, like nothing is going to change. I'm just going to have some ham." And that's the only time in the year she has some ham. Only time in the year you're going to have some. Nothing is going to change. That's a big thing. And you've been trying so hard to lose weight. So we are looking at these children, because of the compromised arteries and the high LDLs and low HDLs, they will have a high ratio, a high possibility of getting a heart attack. So, if we are already seeing that evidence, it is only obvious, it pains my heart to see that nothing is being done. Nothing is being done to actually help to save the lives of these children. If the ratio is high, the possibility is that 10, 11, 12, these same 5-year-olds and 3-year-olds going to have heart attacks. 20-year-olds are already having heart attacks. So what are we doing? That is where your food comes in. That's why Dominica is the nature isles. All these 100-year-old people, all of them like to eat their Zep West and their Zepina and all these things. They love to eat these things, longevity foods. But right now, everyone is into fast foods. I was passing by a fast food restaurant today where they had no seats. Every place is packed up. Why? Do we understand that food, the food that you are eating is like a drug? You are an addict to that food. Oh man, what you say, Kailash, I'm an addict to food. Look at the baby, for instance. Cow's milk is the food. Cheese, milk, ice cream, chocolates. These things are the hardest foods to stop consuming. Oh man, I just like to eat my cheese, and especially when that is on a hot piece of bread, hot from the oven that melts like a piece of plastic. Now what happens is that cheese and that milk, Mother Nature never left it up to the mother to make the child suck the breast, or left it up to the child, because Mother Nature knew that the breast milk contains cholesterol, vitamins, minerals, all types of things that the child needs, antibodies to build up the immune system of the child. So we think that the mother's breast milk contains a chemical. It's like an opiate that binds to a receptor in the cerebrum, the brain of the child, that gives the child that that